All right, scientists, let's take a look at this question here involving the crossing of pea plants. And we're only going to talk about one gene, so that should be quick and easy. A scientist crossed pea plants with green seeds with heterozygous plants. So right off the bat, we have important information. Green seed is a recessive trait. It's a recessive phenotype. Now, phenotype is the physical appearance, is the physical characteristic, right? So it's the product of your genes and interaction with environment. So here, the product of the genes, what you see is green seeds. That's physical, so that's the phenotype, right? It comes from a recessive allele, and recessive alleles cannot have any dominant. They cannot have any dominant alleles, so they can be expressed. So I know that the genotype, the combination of alleles here, is small y, right? No dominant alleles, so you can see the green seeds. Now the heterozygous plants, heterozygous means hetero is different. Heterozygous means one allele is different from the other, right? So one allele is going to be the big Y, right? You could have both big Ys, but that would be a homozygous dominant. Since the question is talking about a heterozygous plant, we have one big Y and one small y. Is there any difference in the phenotype? Is there any difference in the physical aspect between the heterozygous and homozygous dominant? No, there is not. They are both equally yellow. This is a complete dominance situation. So you have here the big Y, which gives the plant the dominant yellow phenotype, right? And from this crossing, the scientists obtained 58 seedlings, right? 58 seedlings. How many of those are expected to have green seeds? So now we are going to use our good old Punnett square. So you have the square here, and on top you put one of the parents. It doesn't matter which one, as long as you put one of the parents here. So small y, small y. All right, so this is the green seed plant. We know the genotype because it is a recessive trait, so we can deduce that the genotype is homozygous recessive. And the other one is the heterozygous plant, and heterozygous, you know, that is one allele different from the other. One is the big Y and the other is the small y. There you go. So what you do is you take one allele from one parent and you combine with one allele of the other parent. So I'll have the big Y here from this parent and the small y from this parent here. Right, so that's one possibility. The other possibility is having this big Y with the other small y. So one big Y and one small y from this one here. All right, or I could have one small y with the other small y, and the same situation here, small with small. And these are the four possible combinations I can have. Now we're looking for green seeds, right? So these two, they don't really count. We're looking for the green seeds. So these two are green. So 2 out of 4 are green seeds, right? Right. So is that our final answer? No, it isn't, because we're looking for how many of these 58 plants. We're not looking out of 4. We're looking at how many out of 58. So 2 out of 4, which is the same as 1/2. 2 out of 4 is the same as 1 out of 2. So 1/2 of 58, because 58 is the total number of seedlings we obtained. So 1 out of 2 of 58, 1/2 of these 58 is what I expect to be green. This is what I expect because from our crossing, we know that we expect 2 out of 4 to be homozygous recessive. So 1 out of 2, 1/2 out of this 58 is 58 divided by 2, that is 29. Out of these 58 plants, I expect 29 of them to have green seeds and the remaining 29 to be yellow.